Hey, this is Multifire. You know who gave less of a shit about this movie than I did? The goddamn Megatron, fucking sitting on a stoop all day and doing nothing. That's all he did the entire goddamn movie. At the end, he's like, "Brr, ba da ba da. Oh wait, I should do something. Oh, decapitated. That was fun."
I think this movie damaged your fucking brain, dude.
Oh God, it was a bad movie. Are we still recording?
Yes.
Okay, we're just gonna keep doing it then. All right, we're gonna make this as a response to Rant and Ramble, or Rant slash Ramble. Turn off your brain and enjoy it for what it is by ZipblockGory. He made a video basically to all these people that are like, you don't need story, you just gotta turn your brain off and watch this movie. And that's no excuse for anything. You can't say, oh, a movie's good. You just gotta turn off your brain and not analyze it whatsoever. Then it will be great.
Well, in serious terms, ZipblockGory's also reviewed Dark of the Moon like a couple days before Multifire ranted about it to me. And he was actually the negative review I was referring to. The positive review was from Freed, a guy who I also like his videos and his little rants and ramblings. And if he likes the movie, that's fine. I don't care if everyone else likes the movie, but this movie, as well as Revenge of the Fallen 2 years ago, and maybe some other films, they always use the turn off your brain argument where people are telling you that, hey, you really shouldn't think that hard or you should just enjoy it for what it is, a stupid, basically trying to get you to lower your expectations to thinking that the movie is good. And personally, I do find that a bit of a fucking cop out. I mean, there are some shows, there are some bad movies that I can enjoy, but at least I have the balls to admit they were shit.
Yeah, exactly. And he
It's,
said the same thing in this review, and I completely agreed with it.
yeah, in fact, I'm not going to see Dark of the Moon in theaters. However, there might be a chance that I will see it when it comes out on video. Like, maybe my friends and I are going to rent it as part of Bad Movie Night because that's a tradition now. We watch shitty movies together, and whenever we do, we actually have a good time. I mean, our heads are like screwed up and scrambled because we watch movies that are just poorly acted or just sometimes make no sense, like Garzy's Wing. That's a shitty movie. That's an incomprehensible movie. That's basically with Michael Bay directed an anime, minus the sexy female characters.
Wow. And that
Shockingly,
just sounds like shit.
yeah, but I watched it with a few friends. We were and yes, we were also thinking because they made some dialogue that made no sense, like arrows moving extremely slow. And how would the main character know that? And then we've been on that for like 20 minutes. So yeah, I
I mean, one
agree with
thing,
them. And here's another thing. I'm pretty sure the people who tell you the same thing probably don't like it if they have a movie that they hate, that they think is stupid, and if you use the turn off your brain argument to them, they'll just be double standard and go, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that." Like, oh, let's just pull a random example out of our ass. Green Lantern.
yeah.
I would rather watch Green Lantern according to what I've seen in the reviews.
Well, Green Lantern actually has a story and characters and plot, and you can actually make the argument that it's good. You can't do that for this movie.
All right, listen, I know there are story is pretty important, but if you can't give me a good story, can you at least give me likable
Something to care about.
yeah, something to care about and like characters. Example, Star Trek the 2009 movie. The story was stupid. It had some ridiculous plot holes and scientific things that made no sense even by Star Trek logic. It was dumbed down as an action film. But you know what? I actually did like the younger versions of the Enterprise crew in this film a lot. I like Kirk when he was a bit of a asshole. I do like the fact that Spock was, had some boiling emotions in him. I really did like the characters. And I like how they interacted with each other, and I just found the film to be overall enjoyable by that. Is it good? Well, it's not a Star Trek film. I'm gonna go as far as say that, but I liked it. If you can't really enjoy for that part, then I understand completely.
It was a good action movie. I don't think it was much of a Star Trek movie, but it was a good action movie.
Yes.
And he did say something in his review that I'd like to expand on. He said that a lot of people are telling reviewers, "Oh, you went in wanting to hate this." That's not true. I went in wanting to like this movie. If anyone out there thinks I went in trying to hate this, like Darstream can clarify. I was like, "Oh, I can't wait for this movie to be good so I could ignore the second one."
Yes, I was being skeptic about seeing this movie, but Multifire's like, no, no, this movie could be good. So, well, I did like the first one, but the second one not so much. And Multifire said, yeah, but and I also mentioned some the critics were panning this film, and Multifire's like, so what? They panned the first film, didn't you like that? I was like, well, yeah, and there was some hopes that this movie was good. Like
Yeah.
somehow Michael Bay actually admitted Revenge of the Fallen was shit. I need to go find a source of that somewhere because I do recall seeing that. However, at the same time, he blamed the writer's strike, which I is bullshit in like three ways.
And I actually even admitted to liking the first third of the film.
Yeah,
And I want to comment that everyone's going out there and saying, "Well, how could you hate Optimus Prime for going around and, mercilessly killing people?" It's not the fact that he's killing Decepticons. If he was killing them in the heat of battle, I'd understand.
yeah,
But half the
like what he did to Bone Crusher in the first movie.
Yeah, but half of the time he's just like they're on the ground begging for their lives and he blows them away. That's not a trademark of a good guy. A good guy knows how to show mercy. The Optimus Prime in the G1 would have shown mercy. He showed a lot of mercy, and that's what made the character so likable. And taking that away makes him unlikable. I couldn't tell who the bad guys were, actually. The Autobots or the Decepticons. We open up with Megatron feeding his the young Decepticons and honestly, Megatron does more good things than Optimus ever does in this movie. I'm afraid to say it, but it's true. Like there was no good guys in this. They were both evil sons of bitches. I wouldn't want either of them on my planet. After they won that, they should just kick the Autobots off. They were assholes.
Hmm. Like I said, I can't comment. I'm not. I have yet to see the movie. I'm just gonna wait till it comes out in video.
But I absolutely despise the Autobots and the Decepticons. The Decepticons may have been trying to enslave humanity, and that's pretty evil. But at the same time, the Autobots were assholes too. I mean, that there was nothing likable about the characters in this movie. I didn't care who was going to win. I honestly did not care. And it's not like it was some big evil thing anyway, because, they were trying to enslave humanity, and the ends don't justify the means, so this would still be evil anyway. Why were they trying to enslave humanity, though? To rebuild their home planet and try to bring about a new era of peace. Wow, that end goal, even though the means for reaching that goal were evil, that end goal sure didn't seem evil.
Hmm.
And it's the same can be said about Optimus Prime. He wanted to stop the Decepticons. Okay, well that's great. He wants to stop the Decepticons and keep them from enslaving humanity. But how did he achieve that goal? By killing everyone in his path without mercy. That's not the trademark of a hero, and I can't enjoy that film.
Like I said, no comment about the film. Haven't seen it. Not going to see it in theaters. Like my mind's made up. I'm
Well, I
sorry.
just I just wanted to clear up why I don't like this generation's Optimus Prime at all. He
Or the
just comes
movie
off like it.
version. There's still the animated Prime, and there's the new Transformers Prime series I've never seen.
Yeah, it's true.
But speaking of which, you want to cover the whole G1 excuses that they're making too? I'm surprised Ziploc didn't bring this up.
G1 had fun characters. It was a fun show to watch. It was entertaining.
Oh,
This movie was not. It wasn't entertaining at all. You didn't care about the characters. You barely got to know them. And everyone was a dick.
all right, I'm gonna say this much: G1 was not a perfect show. In fact, I still like Beast Wars more than the G1 cartoon. But it's not the worst fucking thing ever. And just because it wasn't that good of a show or it did not hold the test of time in your eyes doesn't mean it's all downhill from there. Doesn't mean you can't make a good thing out. Doesn't mean you can't make anything great out of it in future shows or whatever. Great example. I can't believe I'm bringing this up, but I have to. My Little Pony. I actually did watch more of the episodes of that new cartoon series, and you know what? I liked it.
Yeah, we
I,
gave
I
that a chance.
yeah, I gave it a chance. I can see why that it has a target audience outside of the intended demographic. All the characters are likable. I do like the Flash animation, though it also has its own set of mistakes. And, some of the writing was hilarious and it brought back some, 90s style humor and slapstick.
And even though we insulted the
Yeah,
fan base of that show.
we insulted the fan base. We called America, well, you called America retarded. And these guys were just saying, dude, no, this is actually a better show. We got comments from the bronies, and they took it pretty well. Like they said,
Yeah,
well, the show's actually great. The reason why the show is like it is now is because Lauren Faust wanted to make this show for parents, trying to make cartoons fun again. Simple arguments I really can't argue back at, and I accepted it. I see your
yeah,
point. I can see why it's good. But as for the new Transformers films, I wouldn't have a problem with it if you can at least admit these are bad films. Confused Matthew said that he liked the first movie, but he said there were a lot of problems with it.
yeah.
I don't know if he said it was a good or a bad film, but he did say he enjoyed it. You
Well,
can
you see,
it,
like,
go
sorry,
on.
the first film actually gave me something to like. You never really saw the Autobots blowing away and killing Decepticons. Supposedly, it happened off screen sometime, but it really wasn't like you didn't see the Autobots as uber violent. The Decepticons came off like assholes, but the Autobots didn't. And that brought back that nostalgia from the G1 cartoon, and it made me really enjoy it. But the other ones just fell flat.
Hmm. Well, I can tell you I don't remember anything out of Revenge of the Fallen. I did see that in theaters.
Revenge of the Fallen was a disaster,
Hmm.
and I didn't I
Well,
didn't
we're
hate it.
getting too sidetracked here from the dude's video.
That's
The,
true.
the point is that I can't go with the shutting your brain off thing all the time. Like, I wouldn't mind. It's okay to like things that are bad, that are considered bad by the overall public, and it's all right to admit
Absolutely.
that. But for some reason, like some of these fans just can't have to be defenseful about it. And
I I admitted to liking Icky Tosin, even though I admit it's a piece of shit.
I just talked about how I enjoyed Garzy's Wing after watching it with a few friends because we laughed our ass off on how silly that movie is. And it's considered by anime fans to be like one of the worst things ever made.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah, the point is that I don't mind. I can watch bad movies, and just like him, I don't need, just like Zipblock, I don't need to shut my brain off. I still turn it on. But whenever I point out something ridiculous or stupid or just something that's potentially laughable, I'll just laugh about and probably make fun of it for the rest of the film.
yeah, exactly. I'm glad he made that video, and I agreed with everything he said.
Yeah. So
Um,
there's like really no serious disagreeing here. I mean, also my standards aren't too high, especially when it comes to movie theaters. Like when I see movies, I am not really getting giddy or excited over them. I'm just
yeah,
going, yeah, I'm gonna go see the Thor movie. Yeah, I'm gonna go see Green Lantern. Yeah, I'm gonna go see X-Men First Class. I heard it was good. Yeah, sure. That's my
my
expectations are as middle ground as you can get it. At
yeah,
least when
my
it,
standards are low too.
at least when it comes to at least when it comes to theatrical films, like
Hmm.
anime, everything else will vary on my expectations depending on the amount of research I do or whether or not I like the series or franchise or adaptation, whatever. Everyone's expectations will vary on everything. But when it comes to movie theaters, it's basically near total apathy.
Yeah,
Go,
absolutely.
yeah. So that's all I have to say. If this video was longer than 15 minutes, I'm just gonna put it on the second account and keep it as one part.
Yeah, that's all I have to say too, and I hope this clears some things up for some of you.
All right. With that said, this is Darkscreen 217 signing out.
Yep, this is Multifire. I'll see you in future videos.